Hey guys, SuperHorrorBro Mike here, and in today's Bendy and the Ink Machine video, we will be analysing the mysterious audio recording for Henry that recently released on the official Joey Drew Studios YouTube channel. I believe this recording holds some clues as to where Chapter 5 may be heading plot-wise, so let's dive in with a look at where this audio recording came from. On October 2nd, the Meatly tweeted out the following message. You should keep an eye on the Joey Drew Studios YouTube channel, for reasons. This YouTube channel recently went live and is a place to host all things Bendy related going forward, so if you're a fan of Bendy related news, it's probably a good idea to go and subscribe to it. The day after the Meatly's suggestive tweet, a mysterious video appeared on the Joey Drew Studios channel. Simply titled with 3 question marks and no description. However, it states part 1 of 3, and on the thumbnail we can see an audio log and 3 circles, the first of which is crossed off. At the end of the video, a title card states 3 weeks remain. So it is likely we will get one of these audio recordings every Wednesday leading up to the game's release, with the final one launching on October 17th. Just over a week before Chapter 5 launches. Perhaps each of these recordings will give more and more information about the upcoming chapter and its characters. But enough with the speculation, let's analyse the video we do currently have. Before looking at the audio itself, let's take a look at the visuals presented here. We have what appears to be a tabletop covered in ink, with a tape recorder, a pencil, some sketches, an empty soup can, and an inkwell. What is interesting here is that all these items are related to Henry. Now let's listen to the beginning of the audio.
If anyone finds this, my name is Henry. And I'm trapped far below Joey Drew Studios, a man I used to work for.
Henry says he is trapped below the studio. It sounds as if he's in some kind of cell, so if his table is in his cell room, it would suggest it is dark there, with only a single spotlight illuminating a place where he can work. Is he being forced to work on some kind of animation or project? Or is this table simply a place for him to sit at in order to occupy himself while captive? It appears Henry has been in this cell for 3 days or perhaps 3 weeks. Look to the lines drawn on the paper to the left. We saw this tally method used in Chapter 3, where Henry and Boris kept count of how many times they had beat one another at cards. I would assume this is a hint that Henry has been held captive for a little while now. Also, is that the tip of a mechanical hand we see obscured by the tape recorder on the bottom right page? Could Henry be sketching the arm of one of his captors, Tom? As in the version of Boris we assume to be Thomas Connor with the mechanical arm that Henry ran into at the end of Chapter 4. And does this mean his other captor is Allison Angel? Let's take a listen to the next few lines of dialogue.
There's crazy things happening down here. Monsters, demons, angels. And right now 2 of them are holding me prisoner. I don't know how I'm gonna get out of here.
Henry recalls the horrors he has faced on his journey so far, before making mention that he is held prisoner by 2 characters. This means it is very likely Tom and Allison are indeed his captors. Now this seems a little strange. I mean, after all, didn't they just save Henry from Susie's twisted version of Alice? Well, yes, and I don't believe they are evil characters, but they may have a wrong first impression of Henry and so be keeping him as their prisoner. But why would they do this? Remember, they found Henry standing over the dead body of Boris. Is it possible that Allison and Tom were unaware of Henry's situation and thought he had attacked and killed an innocent Boris clone? Or perhaps that he had been working with Alice to create dangerous experiments such as the transformed version of Boris, but their partnership had ended in a feud. They have no idea Henry may be on a noble quest to stop the Ink Demon, and in a world with so many dangers, it is probably safer to assume everyone is a threat until you can be sure that they aren't. and so Henry has become their prisoner until he can clear his name. One final thought is that as Henry was one of the original creators at the studio alongside Joey Drew, he may not be trusted simply for that reason. I mean, Joey has been doing some pretty horrendous things to the workers at his studio, so why would anybody trust his former best pal Henry, a fellow animator who also may have a dark past? But how would this imprisonment play out in Chapter 5? Well, if you cast your mind back to how Chapter 2 ended and Chapter 3 began, you will remember that Chapter 3 was not a direct continuation. It actually took place several days, or perhaps weeks, after Chapter 2 ended inside Boris's safe house. It seems Chapter 5 may follow suit, and these audio recordings will fill in the time between Chapter 4's ending and Chapter 5's opening. So this means we can likely expect 2 more audio logs from Henry in his cell before the launch of the final chapter. Chapter 5 will then potentially open with a conversation between Henry and his 2 captors, Allison and Tom, as they set him free and continue on their journey deeper into the studio to aid him on his quest. After all, we hear part of this conversation in the Chapter 5 teaser trailer.
Henry, why are you here?
The Ink Demon has something that we need. I'm going after him.
So it is unlikely that these 2 characters will be enemies. Let's listen to the final part of the tape now.
But there's more. There's a secret hiding in the shadows. I just feel like I'm being watched. There's something at work here. If anyone finds this, you must not... Hold on. They're coming back.
Henry references a secret in the shadows, something watching him. Now I don't know what this could be. Perhaps it's a new character yet to be introduced, or a force that calls to Henry from beyond the ink. After all, we see Henry experiencing strange visions in Chapter 4, which I have previously theorized may be because he is transforming into an inky creation himself after using his key item in the ritual process. If Henry is transforming, then this secret hiding in the shadows, this thing watching him, may be his body communicating with the ink, like a kind of sixth sense. During one of Henry's visions, we see inky hands reaching out to him, so perhaps this heightened sense is simply the next step in Henry's inky evolution. We will have to wait for Chapter 5, or at the very least, more of these audio logs to know for sure. And with that said guys, it brings us to the end of today's video. Let me know what you think, of course, in the comments section below. What do you think this audio means? Would you like me to keep covering these on a weekly basis as they come out? Or would you like me to cover them once they've all come out as one big video? Just let me know in the comments below. Also guys, I'd just like to apologise for my voice today. It sounds really horrible. It's just because I've had this horrendous cold and I've just got over it. So my voice is just sort of recovering now. So I probably won't be putting out as many videos over the next few days just because of that, but I knew you guys would like me to cover this one because you've been sort of tweeting at me and loads of people have been asking in the comments section, can you cover this audio? So I hope this video has been satisfactory guys, and I hope you've enjoyed it. These are just my thoughts. Obviously we haven't got a lot to go on, but I do feel like Chapter 5 is going to go in an interesting direction and is going to probably start with Henry being held captive by Allison and Tom, which is an interesting way to begin things, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be friends by the end of it and walking around helping each other out. We have sort of seen that in the previous trailers that have released. We've had hints of that. Lots of questions, lots of stuff going on. This audio is just the start of it. There's obviously a lot of stuff coming out this month for Bendy month, so we'll follow all that on the channel. But yeah, thanks for watching today guys, and I will see you on the next video. And that's it for today's video. Please remember to give it a like if you did enjoy watching, and maybe drop a comment too, as well as subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications so you never miss an upload. This channel specializes in variety horror content, including creepypasta readings, horror gaming facts and theories, and general interest pop culture horror videos. So if you're interested in all things spooky, you'll find something to enjoy here at SuperHorrorBro. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.